Directly following the events of episode 5, the manga guy who made the manga Perfumon is finally getting adapted into an anime. And one of the big attractions to this whole Perfumon anime is that they have a Humagear voice actor. The problem with this voice actress Humagear, however, is that she violates a certain law about Humagears. You see, the owner of this Humagear based her likeness off his dead daughter. This is illegal in this universe for, I don't know, a couple of reasons just off the top of my head. I mean, if you had a Humagear of a living person, you could use them to impersonate them. You could use them to but that does leave me like a couple questions though. It's like despite the whole like impersonation issues, does that mean you can't do like historical figures? Like you couldn't make a Humagear George Washington or a Humagear Nobunaga or like a Humagear Stalin? Like you couldn't do those dudes? But anyway, like I guess I don't know, that would probably make like theme parks really fucking boring, I guess. But anyway, Humagears aren't meant to look like existing people, and I agree with that law. Because of this, Ames is hired to hunt down and Ames is hired to, of course, arrest her and destroy. Well, you can't arrest property. Take her and destroy her, much to the chagrin of course, Aruto, Izu, and what's his face? No, just Aruto and Izu. Why am I thinking of a third person? That's the team. Anyway, back at the old Metsubo.net Daybreak Town place thingy, Jin and Hobori are discussing progress keys. Jin's like, oh, dude, wouldn't it be dope if I had one? And Hobori's like, I don't want you touching those things because they bring you contact with Kamen Riders, and Kamen Riders like to blow up other robots. And you're my son. Oh yeah, in the last episode, they reveals that like Jin is Horobi's son. I keep mispronouncing his fucking name. It's Horobi, not however the fuck I say it. Anyway, that was a big revelation last episode I didn't talk about, but that's a thing. And so, of course, his father would be worried about his son doing direct Kamen Rider conflict. I mean, sure, it's cool being a terrorist from the shadows, but like, being on the front lines, that's some dangerous shit. They're a bunch of fucking cowards. The target of their Humagear attack is, of course, the voice actress, and it's not revealed in the show if she's sapient or not. It just seems to be like, I don't know, it just seems like just a loyal robot that's attached to her owner. That seems like all the other ones as well. But anyway, when Jin finds this person and he slaps a monster change belt on her, and she begins to freak out. Begins to morph into a monster. However, when he sees that the old man is crying and like, please don't do this to my daughter, something kind of like a little gear turns in Jin's head, and he feels empathy for the first time, and he frantically tries to rip the Magia driver off her belt, off her waist, before she has a chance to put in they're all extinct animals, so some kind of extinct frog key into her body. This whole action fails, and the voice actress is transformed, but this is because of Horobi's intervention. Seeing as Jin successfully stole a Flying Falcon progress key from 01 at a earlier point in the episode, he is given a MetsuboJinrai.net Force Riser, this little belt that forces open as the name suggests, forces open the progress keys, giving them rider forms like the rest. And this also, Jin gets one strapped on him. However, unlike Horobi's, which unlike Horobi's, which is like a actual rider belt, which just has kind of like a little leather strap that kind of like materializes around him. This one has spikes like the Magia driver, and it reprograms and strips away any kind of any empathy that Jin just developed for humanity and familial bonds, making Horobi if he believes in like robot revolution and like whatever the fuck, he's a total hypocrite at this point, because he's willing to manipulate and change people's opinions, and well, he's a terrorist, that's his whole point, but like his own people, he's willing to change his own people. Also, this proves that Jin is a robot, so that's cool. Anyway, big fight happens. Yuya gets Yuya shows up. Yuya's in this episode because it's Ames, of course. Yuya gets a special key from a mysterious figure that she's always talking to, gets the lightning hornet power power. She kills the robot. However, Jin whoops everybody's asses and pieces out. It's a fun episode. It was a lot happened in this small, tiny little episode. We now have we're up to 5 Kamen Riders up in this bitch. I can't wait to see more. I've cussed a lot this episode.